Hey, thanks for joining today. We're going to be taking a deep dive into Guide versus Supademo. Now, both of these tools are similar in a lot of ways. However, the use cases are slightly different and the overall UI is also slightly different. Now, it may be hard to decide which tool is going to be right for your business. So hopefully this comparison gives you some insight into the key differences and helps you navigate in terms of which one is best for your business. Now, both of these tools are fantastic for creating things like product documentation and creating really easy to use videos that are used in different use cases. Now, I find that Supademo is really great for things like interactive click through product demos. Um, Generally, these are great for things like customer onboarding, even sales. However, Guide is best suited for things like step by step videos. It does use AI, so this helps create the videos with a lot of ease, gives you things like automated captions that you can then go and edit or create with voiceovers. And generally, these are perfect for things like internal trading or onboarding. Now, let's have a quick look at both of these tools, starting on their website views. Now, in terms of Guide, you can have a quick look in terms of how easy it is to use it. They do give you a good idea in terms of what you can create with their tool and how easy it is to use. So do have a look at their website. Um, they do have a free extension. I've got one already installed in my browser. It is really as easy as just clicking, pressing play, and off you go, and it creates the flow for you. So it does use what they call magic capture. And as mentioned, your storyline is easily and quickly created using GPT, which is really cool. Now, you can personalize it in quite a lot of detail. This also includes things like incorporating your entire brand kit. So, if you are a business that's focused on things like CI, branding, colors, for example, fonts, you can do this in quite a lot of detail. Now, they do also have over 200 voices and languages to choose from, which is really cool. So, I do like this for global teams that may need to use this for different locations. So, it does help you to create this a lot easier than managing this yourself. You can share this really easily. They do have a really cool overall view on their website as well that you can just have a quick look if you're not sure about how Guide works and you're not ready to sign up for the free trial. Now, they do give you some use cases here. So they've got things like employee onboarding, education, talent development, etc., so that you can have a good idea in terms of what some of the use cases are, um, and also request a demo if that is something that you're interested in. Now, we'll be taking a deep dive into the actual tool itself. I have signed up for the free trial. I do find it really easy to use, so I'm going to show you a little bit of the insights into the tool itself in a couple of minutes. Now, taking a look at Supademo in comparison, they actually give a really good idea into the actual Supademo use cases, and you can even try the Supademo itself. Um, on their website, which is really cool. So they do give you a um, option to record it yourself or to take a deep dive into the tool if you do prefer that. So just keep that in mind. If you're not too sure and you don't want to sign up for the free trial, you can actually use the guided one on their website to give you an idea of the actual product tour itself, which is really cool. Now, as mentioned, they also have a free trial available, so you can do that. Um, you don't have to have an account to sign up, which is quite cool. And it also uses a Chrome extension that's just a plugin on your browser, and off you go. Um, Another similarity with the two is that a Supademo does also use generative AI so that you can um, automatically go and generate text annotations. You can use translations. However, it's a lot more limited than guides. This does 15 languages, and you'll remember Guide does over 200. So do keep that in mind that if you do have quite a large global team, perhaps Guide might be better suited for you. However, if you've got smaller teams, then you might want to look at a Supademo if that might be a better option for you. Now, they do have a lot of personalization on Supademo as well. So you do have the option to personalize this in quite a lot of detail. So if you are big on branding, you do want your corporate identity to be included there, you do have that option to personalize this and customize this in quite a lot of detail with Supademo. They do give you some use cases here to give you a live example of things like customer success, sales enablement, or even product marketing. And you can do a quick product tour with this, which is really cool. So as mentioned, I feel like Supademo Raw is probably best suited for um, organizations that do need to create a lot of like demo um, kind of click-throughs or walkthroughs on their product itself. It does save a lot of time. I think if you've ever been in the product space, you'll know it is a very time-consuming process to do demos, and they can often be quite repetitive, and you'll be presenting to the same team or same organization with multiple teams a lot of time. So I do find that Supademo is a great way to go and record this so that you can send that on, and you would have the option for teams to go and watch that demo and get a really good idea of what your business does. Now, as mentioned, I've gone and created my own free account here. You would simply just go and add the extension into the browser itself. You can then go and create your demo. You can get an interactive tutorial, and they give you some examples, which is kind of cool. So if you're not too sure where to start out, you can do that. That is an option for you. Now, another one of the pluses that I do like with Supademo is that you do have analytics. So once you have created your super demos, you would be able to go and see analytics. So you can go and view things like user engagement, things like device and location, what browser people are watching from, or devices, as well as locations, which is quite useful to have if that's something that's important for your organization to track. So do keep that in mind. As mentioned, you can go and customize quite a lot of that. So in here, in terms of the branding itself, you can watermark this. Um, you can go and upload your logo, as well as a favicon, which is really cool. So I do think that that is a really nice option to have the favicon, as well as your website branded included straight from the get-go, which is really cool. Now, you can have a custom domain, so that is set up with Supademo itself, and you can have things like SEO tracking already incorporated into this, which is really cool. So do keep that in mind, that there is quite a lot of customizations, and you can actually see here on the sidebar, it's really easy to get going with this tool. I did find it really simple just to kind of click around, figure out how to use the tool within a few clicks. And they do have quite a lot in terms of like blogs and a knowledge base itself. So if you're not too sure where to kind of get started, you can do this. As mentioned, they've got a lot of integrations already, so you can go and connect things like Slack, Salesforce, Google Analytics, and more. So if that is something that is important for your organization, they do have that pre-configured in terms of the integration settings as well. Now, you can go and then continue to personalize a lot of the settings on the tool itself. They do have things like API keys, emails. You can go and amend your billing should you decide to scale up and you do want to go into the build option itself. So do keep that as an option in mind. If you do want to scale up for your organization, you can have some option with flexibility there. Now, overall, I did find it really easy to use. I have used in the past. It is really super simple, really nice UI as well. I don't like tools that have a lot of clicks and you kind of have to figure out where everything is. That's not the case with Supademo. And as mentioned, if you're not too sure where to get started, you can do an example tour with them. They've got quite a lot on the portal to help you get started. If you're still stuck, they do have a demo expert that you can just connect with that will take you through a live demo. And then as mentioned, they do have quite a lot of resources available within the free trial. So you can go and find it really easily within your account itself. So hopefully that gives you some insight into Supademo. I do find it a really cool option to have a look at, especially for product and sales teams that really need pre-created demos or product walkthroughs for the organization. Now, in comparison, having a look at Guide, if you are the kind of organization that does have a lot of requirements for things like user onboarding, um, documentation, for example, this is a really easy tool to use. So you would simply go and create your video by clicking on your browser extension, recording uh, the click through of all the various items that you need tracked. And then you would be able to go and edit it simply within the tool. So I've actually gone and created a quick option of using ClickUp, for example. So think about different software platforms that you might need to train your users on or onboard employees to. You can simply go and click through these various things, and you'll see that you've got all these options and these various steps recorded for you. They do then generate automatic call outs or call to actions for you, which is really cool. So I really like this. They also then generate some of the content itself. So you don't have to go and create all the text and captions yourself. It's automatically done. However, if you did find that it's not really the best option for you, you do want to go and edit it, you can simply click on edit video and then you can go and change a lot of that information. Now, as mentioned, a lot of the branding is something that you can change as well. If you do want to have your logo added, if you want your corporate identity colors included here, you do have the option to do this really easily within the tool. What I quite like is you can actually customize your intro and outro videos. You can reuse that for various different options, and then you can go through the various stages of your pre-created video and go and edit anything here. Now, you'll see that you can change the text at any point. You can change different elements. So things like perhaps I want the call to action to look slightly different, add emojis, all options that you can use within the tool. You can also change the speaker. So if you do want the voiceover to change, as mentioned, it's really easy to change that speaker. You do have an option to change the voices here. So as mentioned, they've got a lot of languages available for you, and you can even choose different genders, for example, and play a sample of that to hear if it is the right kind of sounding voice for your video, which is really cool. So I do like that. I do like that you can also change the captions. And they do have options for background sound as well that you can change in terms of the actual volume itself. So if you hover over any one of these options, it will actually stop playing the music for you, and then you can change the volume depending on what you feel is best suited for your video. You can add things like media, um, links, for example, and a lot of various different I'm going to say more like advanced video editing than I've seen on some of the other tools of a similar kind of nature. So overall, once you're done, you would simply just save this and share with your organization so you can create different workspaces. So if you've got multiple teams all needing to create documentation for multiple software platforms or multiple instances, you can actually go and split this out so that you've got it all saved in one place, but available for different teams to reuse as they see fit. Now, overall, in short, I would say Guide is probably the best tool for you to create like internal step-by-step videos. Best suited for things like tutorials where you're finding that you're redoing a lot of the same information a lot of the time. However, if you do need more interactive, like click-through demos, or you need to show prospects or new users, or perhaps in a sales pitch in terms of how your product works without giving them full access, Supademo is probably the best fit for you. Now, in terms of pricing, there are slightly different prices. And this really does come down to whether you're looking at a annual billing or a monthly billing. So keep in mind, depending on how your organization wants to bill, you may find that one tool is slightly more cost effective than the other. However, they are quite similar. So there's a free plan with Guide, which is fantastic. It goes all the way up to a business plan or an enterprise option with custom billing. Similarly, Supademo also has a free plan, so again, zero rated. And then you've got various costing options that range from about $36 per month all the way up to custom pricing, depending on your requirements. So that is upon request. So keep in mind that although similar in pricing, depending on your needs and the features that you require within the various tools, you might find one best suited for you versus the other. So hopefully this gives you some insight into both of these wonderful tools. As mentioned, if I were you, I would take a deep dive into the free trial. Go play around. You can see again, guides super simple to find the various options on the left-hand side here, similarly to Supademo. So in terms of the UI, in terms of learning how to use and click around on the tool, both of these really great. Definitely worth recommending to check out the free trial and the free plans on both of these. Thanks for joining today. Hopefully this helps you and your organization find the best fit for you.